Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying back in time to the rolling hills of southern Africa to uncover the story of a woman whose strength and strategic mind forged an empire. We're talking about Queen Nandi, the remarkable mother of the legendary Shaka Zulu. Her name is often mentioned alongside her famous son, but her own story, her own power, and her own influence are more than just a footnote in his. She was a queen, a regent, and a political powerhouse in her own right. So, grab a seat and let's explore the life of the indomitable woman who helped shape the Zulu kingdom. Nandi's story begins not with a crown but with controversy. Born around 1760 into the Lungini clan, her life took a dramatic turn when she became pregnant by Sanzangakona, the chief of the small Zulu clan. Their union was not officially sanctioned, and the birth of their son, Shaka, was met with shame and rejection. The name Shaka itself is said to derive from a type of intestinal beetle, a cruel taunt suggesting his illegitimacy. Rather than being welcomed, Nandi and her young son were cast out, forced to become wanderers. This period of exile was incredibly harsh. Nandi and Shaka faced constant ridicule, scarcity, and the threat of danger. They moved from one community to another, seeking refuge but often finding only more hardship. Imagine being a single mother, ostracized by your own people, responsible for a child in a world where clan and kinship meant everything. It was during these formative years of struggle that Nandi's iron will was forged. She wasn't just a survivor. She was a protector. She shielded Shaka from the worst of the abuse, instilling in him a fierce sense of self-worth and an unshakable belief in his own destiny. She taught him that his birth was not a source of shame, but a mark of something special. This relentless maternal devotion and resilience would become the bedrock of Shaka's ambition. After years of wandering, Nandi found a more permanent home for herself and Shaka among the Mthethwa people, led by the powerful chief Dingiswayo. This was a pivotal turning point. Under Dingiswayo's patronage, the teenage Shaka was able to join an age-set regiment, or Ibutho, where his military talents quickly became apparent. But while Shaka was training on the battlefield, Nandi was learning in a different arena, the world of court politics. She was no passive observer. She watched, she listened, and she learned the intricate dance of power, alliances, and diplomacy within Dingiswayo's court. She understood that military might alone wasn't enough to rule. You needed strategy, foresight, and the ability to command respect. When Sanzangakona died, the Zulu chieftainship was up for grabs. With Dingiswayo's backing, Shaka made his move. He returned to the Zulu clan, not as a rejected outcast, but as a formidable warrior ready to claim his birthright. And who was right there with him, advising him every step of the way? His mother, Nandi. She wasn't just a supportive figure in the background. Historical accounts suggest she was a key strategist. She helped navigate the complex political landscape, secure alliances, and consolidate Shaka's power base. When Shaka became chief of the Zulu, it was a shared victory. He had the spear, but she had the political acumen. With Shaka in power, Nandi's status transformed dramatically. She was no longer the scorned outcast. She was the Queen Mother, a position of immense authority and respect within the Zulu kingdom. She established her own royal kraal, or homestead, and commanded her own regiment. This was unprecedented. She held a formal political role, advising Shaka on state matters, from military campaigns to domestic policy. She was, in essence, his most trusted advisor. Foreign visitors and emissaries who came to the Zulu court had to meet with Nandi, recognizing her as a co-ruler. She had a voice in the royal council and was known for her sharp intellect and decisive judgment. One of Nandi's most significant contributions was in solidifying the legitimacy of Shaka's rule. Because of the circumstances of his birth, Shaka's claim to leadership was always fragile in the eyes of some. Nandi worked tirelessly to rewrite their history. She championed the narrative that her union with Sanzangakona was a legitimate royal marriage, and that Shaka was the rightful heir. She managed the royal household with an iron fist, ensuring that the lineage and protocols surrounding the king were respected, thereby strengthening the foundation of the new Zulu monarchy. She turned a story of shame into a saga of destiny fulfilled. Nandi was also known for her role in promoting agriculture, and ensuring the kingdom's food security. She understood that a strong nation needed well-fed people and a stable economy. She oversaw vast royal fields and granaries, managing the labor and resources to ensure there was always enough food, especially for the army. This logistical prowess was crucial to sustaining Shaka's military machine and expanding the Zulu kingdom. She wasn't just a political figure. She was a nation builder, responsible for the very practical aspects of keeping the kingdom running. Her influence was so great that Shaka bestowed upon her the title of Ndlovukazi, or Great She-Elephant, a name that perfectly captured her strength, wisdom, and commanding presence. She was the only woman to hold such a powerful and revered position during this era of Zulu history. She commanded respect and at times fear. Her word carried the weight of law, and she acted as regent, ruling in Shaka's stead whenever he was away on military campaigns. The kingdom was safe in her hands. The depth of Shaka's bond with his mother became tragically clear upon her death in 1827. Overwhelmed with grief, Shaka plunged the entire kingdom into a period of extreme and brutal mourning. He decreed that no crops could be planted, no milk could be consumed, and any woman who became pregnant would be executed along with her husband. This period, known as Isibi Balungo, lasted for months and resulted in thousands of deaths from famine and executions. While it was a testament to his profound love and devastation, it was also a catastrophic event that destabilized the kingdom and alienated many of his followers. It's a dark chapter, but it underscores just how central Nandi was, not just to Shaka personally, but to the stability of the entire Zulu nation. Her death left a vacuum that even the great King Shaka could not fill. In the end, Queen Nandi's story is one of incredible triumph over adversity. She transformed herself from a rejected single mother into one of the most powerful women in African history. She was a political strategist, a nation builder, and the guiding force behind the rise of the Zulu Empire. Her legacy is not just that she was Shaka's mother, but that she was a co-creator of the Zulu kingdom. She proved that power isn't only wielded with a spear, but also with intelligence, resilience, and an unbreakable will. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the life of the amazing Queen Nandi. If you found this story as inspiring as we do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of incredible figures from history. Let us know in the comments what you think about Queen Nandi's role in building the Zulu Empire. We'll see you in the next video.